Good morning all, how are you? In this video, we are going to finish all of the grammar of Unit 10 and vocabulary. So first of all, feel free to pause the video whenever you want to, and there are times I might ask you to pause the video so you can have time, so you can do some practice or something else, or think about some questions. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at this picture. Sometimes in English, you want to express something more, you have more ideas in your head, something more than what your tongue can say. So take a look at this guy. He has a lot of ideas. So if you take a look at this picture, we have here a rabbit, and this rabbit maybe runs quickly, and he can see. You can see here. You might say the dog fished the stick excitedly, and you can say the girl danced beautifully, and the boy laughed loudly. And you might say the driver drives fastly. Is that correct? Maybe. We're going to see. Okay. So let's take a close-up at these sentences. First of all, in the first sentence, we have rabbit, which is a noun, and we have verb, which is runs, and we have quickly, which is an adverb. Here we have the girl danced beautifully, the dog fished excitedly, the boy laughed loudly, the driver drives fastly. We don't say that, we say fast. We call these adverbs of manner. Okay, but how? I mean, you might think about this. Here we have a pattern, but here we have something different. We are going to come to that later on. But first of all, we need to know what is an adverb. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Like if I say, the rabbit, which is the noun, runs, which is the verb, and quickly, which is an adverb. This one, quickly, describes the verb, which is runs. If you want to identify an adverb, I want to give you this tip. Always use the question how. So if I ask the question, how does the rabbit run? The answer would be, it runs quickly. Adverbs always come after the verb, like here, or sometimes the object. Okay. In the English language, we have something called adverbs of manner. But what are they? Adverbs of manner are words which tell us how someone does something. So, but how do we form adverbs? Let's take a look. Most of the time, we form adverbs by adding ly to the adjective. So here we have an adjective which is quick, and the adverb of it is quickly. So we just add ly. So we just add the addition here, ly, an adjective. And we might have an adjective like easy, but this one ends with y, and so I have to change this y into an I and add ly. So if the adjective ends with y, replace the y with I and add ly. Also, you have terrible. And here it ends with E. So I have to omit the E and just add a Y. So if the adjective ends with LE, like able and able, or LE or able or LE, replace the E with Y. And also we have got basic, it becomes basically. If the adjective ends with IC, I add ALLY. There are some exceptions to these rules. Some adverbs have the same form as the adjective. So we have early, which is an adverb and adjective, and we have fast, which is an adverb and an adjective. So we don't have fastly, actually. We don't use that in English. And also hard, high, the same story. And also here we have late, near, straight, and drunk. Also we have some exceptions, like we have in our book, well is the adverb from the adjective good. Okay, now I want you to take a look at these adjectives, and I want to make adverbs from the following adjectives. So go ahead, pause the video. You have 3 minutes to do this. Okay, now take a look at this one. We have angry, which ends with a Y, so we have to change this into an I. Or here we have got calm, careful, cheerful, curious, polite, quick, rude. Also here we have to do some omission with this one. Secret, slow, sudden, suspicious. Let's take a look at the derivations from these adjectives. So the first one we have angry, it becomes angry. Just omit the Y, put an I instead, and we add an LY. Calm, it becomes calmly. Cheerful, we have to add just an LY. Careful, cheerful, the same story. Curious, curiously. Polite, here. Politely. Quick, quickly. Rude, rudely. Secret, secretly. And slow, slowly. We have also sudden, suddenly. And suspicious, suspiciously. Okay. Now, you are going to add the adverbs to a story to make it more interesting. Here we have a story, and this is from page 84. You are going to add adverbs to another story to make it more interesting. First, copy these adjectives into your notebook and make adverbs for each one. We did this. Okay, now complete gaps 1 to 9 in this story with some of the adverbs. Sometimes more than one answer is possible. Crossing the border. You can pause the video also, read the story, and try to fill in the gaps. Now this story about a guy who all the time tries to cross the border. And each time he comes with a bicycle and some bags full of sand. And so actually some people got suspicious because of them. Here we have a story. A man was hurrying across the US-Mexican border on his bicycle when he was stopped by a guard, what do we have to put here? Okay, now we have the answers. We have crossing the border. A man was hurrying across the US-Mexican border on his bicycle when suddenly he was stopped by a guard. The guard pointed to two bags on the man's back and asked suspiciously, "What's in the bags?" "Sand," said the cyclist politely. "Get them off. We'll have a look," said the guard rudely. The cyclist took the bags off his back calmly and emptied them to show that they held only sand. Then he reloaded the bags carefully, put them on his shoulders, and continued to cycle across the border. The next week, the same thing happened. Again, the guard demanded to see the two bags, which again continued nothing but sand. This went on every week for 6 months until one day the cyclist did not appear. A few days later, the guard happened to meet the cyclist in the town. He said to the cyclist, "Say, friend, can you tell me something?" Asked the guard curiously. We knew you were secretly smuggling something across the border." What is the meaning of smuggling? Smuggling, it means to take something into another place, into another country, something valuable like maybe bicycles, maybe gold, maybe something else, take it to another country illegally. He said, "We knew you were secretly smuggling something across the border, but we didn't know what. What were you smuggling?" He said, "Bicycles," replied the man cheerfully. So he was happy about it. Okay. Now, let's summarize what we have done today. First of all, remember, adverbs always describe verbs. The broad tip, always remember to ask how the verb happens, and the answer will always be the adverb. We derive adverbs by adding ly to the adjective. This is important. And also, if the adjective ends with y, we change this y into an I and add ly. If the adjective ends with ic, I add a and double ly. There are some adjectives which are at the same time adverbs, like fast, hard, high, and late. They are adverbs and adjectives at the same time. Well is the adjective from good. Okay, now in this part we are going to talk about vocabulary of travel. There are multiple ways of there are multiple ways to travel. Actually, take a look at these vehicles. Okay. In this part, we are going to talk about vocabulary of travel. Take a look at these vehicles. There are multiple ways to travel using these vehicles. And so, also these vehicles, sometimes we use with them different verbs. Maybe sometimes you say, "I ride a motorbike," but you won't say, "I drive a motorbike." And the same story applies here with the bicycle. So, now, Take a look at these verbs. To go by, to ride, to travel on, to catch, to get on or get off, to get into or get out of, to drive and to miss. Now, what I want you to do is which of the above verbs can be used with the following verbs. Take a look at these words and try to connect them with these verbs. So go ahead, pause the video. You have 2 minutes to do this. Now, let's take a look at these answers. If I want to say to go by, I can say to go by train, car, bicycle, motorbike, bus, plane, taxi, or boat. So all of the above words in the box, I can say with them to go by. Also to ride. Most of the time I'm going to use it with bicycle and motorbike. To travel on, I'm going to say to travel on train, travel on bus, travel on plane, or travel by boat. To catch, I'm going to say to catch train, a bus, a plane, a taxi. To get on or get off. To get on a train or to get on a bicycle, to get on a motorbike or get off a motorbike, or also we have bus and plane. To get into or get out of, I'm going to say to get into a car, a taxi, or a boat. To drive a train, car, bus, and taxi. To miss train, bus, or plane. Okay, now, how do you think these people usually travel? If we have a king or a president visiting another country, what is he going to use? He's going to use a bicycle or a motorbike? It's not good, isn't it? He's going to pick up a taxi. Maybe he's going to travel by a limousine or by a private plane. A businessman visiting an office on the other side of the city, he might go by car or by a taxi. A student traveling to school every day, he might use a car and he might use a bus like you, or he might go on foot or by bicycle. A family visiting relatives in a city 100 kilometers from where they live. They don't have a car, but they are going to use. They might use a taxi, a bus, or a train. Okay, there are some phrasal verbs connected with travel, like the following verbs. Set off. What is the meaning of set off? If I say, for example, what time do we set off tomorrow? So it means, set off here means to begin a journey. Pick up. If I'm going to say, my father picked me up from the airport, it means give a ride. Take off. The plane should take off on time. What is the meaning of take off? It means start flying. Drop off. Where should I drop you off? Maybe this is a taxi driver or a bus keeper. It means let you get off or out. Check in. You must check in at least 1 hour before takeoff. Maybe these are some regulations in some airports. So, what is the meaning of check-in? It means register. Touchdown. Our plane touched down yesterday. It means land. This is especially used with planes. Okay. Now, I want you to read this description of somebody's journey. I want you to replace the phrasal verbs, these, in 1 to 7 with these, with the correct form of one of these words or phrases. So go ahead, pause the video, and you have also 3 minutes. So let's take a look at the answers. We are going to say we set off, it's going to become, it means left. For the airport at 7:30 in the morning. As soon as we got to the airport, we checked in. What is the meaning of checked in? Registered. We registered. 45 minutes later, our plane took off. What is the meaning of took off? It means left the ground. So our journey started. We touched down on time. What is the meaning of touchdown? It means landed on time. Unfortunately, nobody had turned up to meet us at Madrid airport. What is the meaning of turn up? It means arrived. So we called a taxi. 10 minutes later, taxi picked us up. What is the meaning of pick somebody up? It means stop to collect or give a ride. Drove us into the city and dropped us off right outside our hotel. What is the meaning of drop us off? It means let us get out. Now, that was easy, wasn't it? What do you think? Okay, now, I want you to now replace each verb in italics in sentences 1 to 6 with one of the phrasal verbs in A. So, you can start the video also now. You know where our plane leaves. My father collected me from the station. What time did you leave this morning? The taxi driver said, where shall I let you out? When have we got to register at the airport? Thousands of fans watched the team's plane land. Now, I want you to here, and also here, and here. I want to change these, which are underlined, with some phrasal verbs which we have learned today. Okay? Now, the first one, leaves, it means takes off. So I'm going to say, do you know when our plane takes off? My father collected me from the station, it means picked me up. What time did you set off this morning? And the taxi driver said, where shall I let you out? Or I'm gonna say, where shall I drop you off? When have we got to register? I might say, when have we got to check in at the airport? And also, thousands of fans watched the team's plane land or touchdown. Okay, the last activity. Read the story, replace the underlined verbs with the correct phrasal verb. Here, I want you to read the story and to use these phrasal verbs in the story with the correct form. So you have also 2 minutes to do this. Okay, let's take a look at the answers. A journey to forget. The day started very well. I woke up early and was sitting with my suitcase when the taxi arrived to collect me. So to collect or pick me up, I'm gonna say. We left. Which one I'm going to choose? Set off for the bus station at 8:30. And the bus arrived on time. That is when everything started to go wrong. The bus let me out. What is the meaning of let me out? It means dropped me off at the wrong airport entrance. So I tried to register. What is the meaning of register? Which one? Yes, check in at the wrong desk. Eventually, I boarded the plane 5 minutes before it left the ground. What is the meaning of left the ground? It means took off. Half an hour into our journey, the pilot told us that there was a problem with the engine and we had to return. What is the meaning of return? Go back to the airport. So we landed. So we touched down at the airport, and I could see that one of the engines was on fire. So actually, it was not a journey to forget. It was a journey of survival. Okay, thank you for watching.